May I come in, sir?
Please do.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
You are Mr. Hardik Kothari.
Yes, sir.
Please give a brief introduction.
Sir, my name is HARDIK KOTHARI. I belong to Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. I have done my graduation in Bachelor of Arts from Christ University, Bangalore. And then on I have been preparing for civil services. My hobbies are watching Telugu movies and singing devotional songs. I also like playing chess, sir.
You belong to Rajasthan and you like Telugu movies. Give us the story, backstory of this.
Sir, so I was born in Rajasthan. Since 3 generations, we have been settled in Vijayawada for business purposes. And yes, sir, since I belong to Vijayawada, it's been a habit to watch Telugu movies, and
Right.
that's been.
So, what's the attraction of the civil services as far as you are concerned?
Sir, there are a couple of reasons, sir. I feel civil services, since I have done, it began as a parental guidance, sir, for me. Since I had good grades in my commerce, I had a very good academic background, and then I was confused whether to choose which stream, and my parents guided me to take BA. Initially, for the first 2 years, I was confused why I was doing BA. Later on, I developed my interest when I got to study Indian polity, Indian economy, Indian society, and thereon I felt that civil services would be an apt stream, sir.
What does civil services offer that others do not?
Sir, civil services offer diversity, sir. It is a very good career prospectus. There is job security which the services offer. Apart from these things, sir, I also believe that civil services offer a power to an individual. It empowers an individual to bring real change in society, sir.
Right, now chess is an interest. So much before AI became a household word, there was a matchup between the chess world champion of that time and a computer. Can you give me the details? 2 world records were created as a result of that particular matchup. Do you know who was the world champion?
Sorry, sir, I'm not exactly aware about it, but if you permit me, I can take a guess here.
Okay, go ahead.
Sir, I think you're referring to Gary Kasparov's match versus the Deep Blue.
That's right. Now,
Yes.
beyond that, are you aware of any detail? Who won the first matchup? Who won the next?
Sir, again here I'm not exactly aware, but I think Gary Kasparov lost the match, and thereon began the debate between whether chess is really relevant and whether AI has actually taken over chess.
We'll come back to it in the feedback. Now, quiz also, you were head of the quiz society.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a few quiz questions. What is meant by a golden slam in tennis, and who's the only person to have achieved this?
Sorry, sir.
Who is the only player to have won the world championship of TT and who has gone on to win Wimbledon?
Sorry, sir.
Okay, next question will be a notch lower. The first woman prime minister in the world?
Srimova Bandanaike from
Yes, that's
Sri Lanka.
right. And the first woman president in the world?
Sorry, sir.
Isabel Perón, Argentina.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right, now, have you heard of this term khulla?
Yes, sir.
And how is it different from talaq? Just give me some inputs on this.
Sir, Kula refers to when a woman, it refers to an Islamic marriage setup wherein a woman can seek divorce unilaterally from the man. And talaq is a process wherein a woman says talaq, woman or man says talaq thrice, and that leads to the divorce.
Why was khulla in the news recently?
Sir, it was because of Shoaib Malik's second marriage, and it was said that
It's good you
Sania
corrected yourself. Shoaib Akhtar and Shoaib Malik.
Sorry,
My final question to you.
Yes, sir.
How would you define corruption in public service?
Sir, corruption would refer to using of the public office for private benefit.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay. Hardik.
Yes, sir.
I thought Hardik would be more interested in cricket than in chess and other sport. But anyway, it's good. You come from Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And coming from the family of businessmen.
Yes, sir.
Right. Tell me why, of all the South Indian states, Andhra Pradesh is the most backward economically and on social development indices.
Sir, the major reason here might be the recent bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh, sir. So, because of the bifurcation, a major segment of Andhra's revenue, which is generated from Hyderabad, goes to Telangana, and henceforth, sir, on those grounds might be Andhra Pradesh is perceived a bit backward. However, sir, I believe Andhra is a forward-looking state, sir. The economy is robust in Andhra Pradesh. It has a very good port facility in Visakhapatnam. It has good natural resources. We have heard of the shale gas reserves in Krishna Godavari basin. So I think Andhra Pradesh is also doing great in economic terms, sir.
Really, to check the literacy rate, check the other health indices and all, you're way behind Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. The reasons for that have to be known. You need to be a bit more clear on that. That's my feeling. Anyway,
Yes.
Okay, your subject is PSIR, and that's what you have studied also, not international relations, but political science and all. So let's talk about international relations. One of the latest countries to abandon our area, our influence, is Maldives.
Right, sir.
One by one, we had good neighborhood. We could not retain any. We don't seem to have any friendly relations with any of, or abiding relations with any of our neighbors. One dual purpose ship of Chinese origin is also going to dock at Malé in the first week of February or the second week of February. Is supposed to be a surveillance and ship of the Chinese Navy. Right. How do you see the rise, how do you see the involvement of China in reducing India's influence in our neighborhood?
Sir, China's role in our neighborhood has increased over the recent years, sir. There has been a string of pearls strategy of China, through which it is developing a couple of ports in our neighborhood regions, beginning from Gwadar port to Hambantota port to the Sitwe port in Kyapuku port in Myanmar. So there is some sort of encirclement strategy of China. Along with that, sir, there is a CPEC corridor which the China is constructing in Pakistan, which also oversees the sovereign interests of India since it passes through the Gilgit-Baltistan region. When it comes to Maldives in particular, sir, again China here is occupying key strategic areas, and since India is a very close neighbor to Maldives, it can hamper our interests if Chinese ships dock these areas. It might hamper our trade as well, and also our security interests in the Indian Ocean region.
Aren't you talking more like a military officer, always fearful of China? You know, Like, look at me, I'm Maldives. I need all help. I need more money than India can give me. If I go to a person who has 10 times the size of my economy or India's economy, what is the harm? If maximum trade, my trade, is through IOR, and if I have to protect my assets in that area, if I deploy my ships, because China is the manufacturing hub of the world. Now, if they are building these ports strategically, how should we be scared of them? Are they going to overrun India? Then what is the string of pearls? Are we also not doing the same thing? Is our interest more genuine than China's? How do you see? How would you reply to it?
Sir, I think there are two things here, sir. Countries like Maldives should also take into consideration the debt trap policy which comes with the Chinese aid. Yes, Chinese is a very larger economy compared to India, but again, there is a lot of dependence that Maldives already has on China. And now furthering that dependence on China would lead to hampering the Maldivian interest.
What is the Chinese investment in Maldives? Since you are saying there is a lot of dependence?
So there is a $1 billion of loans which Maldives are already taken from China.
Okay. Okay. You sing devotional songs. Any Rajasthani devotional songs?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Ram Devda Baba. Have you heard of it?
Yes, sir.
There is a very popular Rajasthani folk song, devotional song on Ram Devda Baba. Do you know that?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware.
Okay. Anyway, thanks.
Okay, welcome. Hardik, you are from Vijayawada.
Yes, sir.
There was a problem that Vijayawada or Mangalgiri may have to be a sole capital of the Andhra. Now then they made it 3 capitals. Is that issue stand still?
Sir, the issue is still recurrent, sir. Since the state government believes in a 3 capital formula, wherein the High Court has suggested that Amravati should be the sole capital of Andhra Pradesh. So it is still an ongoing tussle between the legislature and the judiciary, sir.
With Amravati being the sole capital would have helped that area very much.
Yes, sir.
To develop.
Yes, sir.
So that is still pending.
That is still pending, sir.
Okay. Now you tell me the new buzzword, we used to talk about globalization earlier. Now the new buzzword is deglobalization, both in that economic terms and social terms. So how do you view it from globalization to deglobalization? Why we have gone there and what is the implication of that?
Sir, one reason why we have shifted from globalization to deglobalization is because of nations going towards a protectionist tendency, sir. Now nations want to develop their own domestic capabilities and enhance their own resources, protect their local industry. With globalization, it is often found that there is a lot of deficits which nations are suffering, and henceforth many nations are aiming at developing their local capacity in recent times. For instance, sir, India is also backed out of say RCEP. We are focusing on Atmanirbhar Bharat as our core objective. So on the social angle, sir, I feel now to protect our local industry, the workers here, and to develop an economic capability of our nation.
See, there are some voices from Europe. Now they are changing. There's some Prime Minister of Italy made some strong statement. It was in news. Then Prime Minister elect of Netherlands and UK. They are changing their policies. What policies they are changing and what they want to do that?
Pardon me, sir, I couldn't
They are
hear.
changing their policies regarding. You have not heard about it.
Sir, I'm unable to get the question, sir.
See, Italy's Prime Minister gave a statement.
Yes, sir.
You may not have heard, you may have heard. The Netherlands Prime Minister elect gave some statements about the immigration.
Yes, sir.
So UK also doing that. Why now they are changing this stance which they were earlier taking?
Sir, it might hint to the fact that due to security concerns and also due to the sort of impact that immigration poses on their local economy as such, now they are having a tougher stance on African nations,
apart
say
from
Rwanda.
economy, they are talking of social issues, social implications also. Italy Prime Minister gave very strong statement. Some social issues. Have you seen that?
I'm not aware about it, sir.
The cultural things they have said, that this from particular community, they don't gel with our people. And
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about it, sir.
okay,
I'll read
I read about it. See, there is old pension scheme and new pension scheme. Now suppose you are posted in a state government and the state staff associations wanting the rollback from new pension scheme to old pension scheme. You have been given task to convince the staff association that it is better to stick to new pension scheme. How you will convince them?
Sir, there are a couple of things that I would tell to the staff. Majorly, I would tell them the narrative of the state as well, why the state is implementing such a scheme. In the old pension scheme, wherein there is a lot of issue that might happen on the state exchequer, due to there is a 50% of the last drawn salary which needs to be which would be given to the employees. It might certainly benefit the employees, but on a larger run, it would lead to a higher deficit on the state exchequer.
See, nobody is convinced about what state is doing. They are convinced about themselves. How you convince that beneficial for them?
Yes, sir. Secondly, I would also tell them that the kind of policy of say 12% which the individuals need to give in terms of the new pension scheme would lead to, though they might have risk when it comes to the market oriented sort of annuities that they might get on the later stage, that might also be on the positive end, and they might reap in more benefits as well. Since India is a growing economy, investment in Indian market would reap them more benefits than what they actually believe they might be getting in the old pension scheme. So that might be a very positive flip for them to invest and to go with the new pension scheme.
Okay, thank you.
Why do you think politics is a dirty word?
Sir, it is according to the general parlance in the general public.
According to you,
No, sir.
why not?
I think it is a empowering word, sir. Politics
So
is.
why don't you join politics if it's so empowering?
Sir, because I feel my natural inclination is not towards joining politics, sir. I'm not interested.
And why is generally politics a dirty word?
Sir, because people feel there is a lot of corruption which is associated in politics. There is a role of money and muscle power. And there is caste-based politics, identity-centric politics
Do you
that
think
happens.
civil service is better than politics?
Sir, both have their own strengths.
Pick one.
Sir, civil services is better, sir, in my domain.
Why?
Because civil services is a ground level job. They assist the politicians. They also engage in policy implementations. They have a direct link with the public, so I think it is better compared to politics.
You've done some research on China.
Yes, sir.
Do you think China has a communist governance and a capitalist economy?
Yes, sir.
Does the model work?
Well, sir, if you look at China's case, the model has actually worked, sir. China has started at the same pace like India, and with its modernization in 1976 of Deng Xiaoping's reforms, China has become an economic powerhouse today, sir.
So why don't we do that?
Sir, I believe in the long run, authoritarian states, which are disciplinary states, also lead to a lot of complications in terms of freedoms and rights of individuals.
Don't we as Indians need some discipline?
In terms of
Discipline in terms of everything from our day-to-day lives to our careers to looking out for the country.
Certainly, sir. Discipline among individuals would benefit on a larger scale.
Such a society like India, do we deserve democracy?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Sir, we have ancient roots of democracy in India, sir. And democracy, India is a diverse country, sir. There are multiple.
And what are the ancient roots of democracy in our country? Can you specify?
During the times of Buddhism, sir, there were sanghas. In the Vedic age also we had sabhas and samitis. There was some sort of a dialogue and debate that used to happen, and decisions were taken on those grounds.
My last question to you. Do you think among Indians, our sub-national identities are becoming more important than our national identity?
So there are concerns about regional identities growing.
What do you think?
Yes, sir. In certain domains, our regional identities.
Subnational is not only regional, it's also your religion, your caste, your region, your language. Do you think they are becoming more predominant?
Yes, sir. They are becoming predominant, sir.
Is that very dangerous for us, for our democracy?
Yes, sir. It is dangerous for a democracy because it leads to some sort of separatist tendency, secessionist movements, which might hamper the national security and national
Thank
interest.
Thank you. Hardik,
Yes.
picking from the same topic, you have also mentioned as a hobby watching Telugu movies.
Yes, sir.
Like to watch. There are American movies, Brit movies. Why there are no Indian movies?
Sorry, sir.
You like to watch Telugu movies, you have mentioned.
Yes,
right?
sir.
There are American movies, Brit kind of movies. Why there are no Indian movies, I say? And also, I have seen this IFS is your second choice.
Yes, sir.
Right. Let's say you are posted as a diplomat in some other country and somebody asks you about Indian movies. Tell me about Indian movies. Is there a thing called Indian movies?
Sir, Indian movies is multifold, sir. So there is nothing called as a unipolar, say, Indian cinema. We have many woods in India. There is a Bollywood, Tollywood, Collywood, Mollywood, Sandalwood.
Why can't we just have just like Hollywood? Why can't we have that? Bollywood is not inclusive.
It is inclusive, sir. There is multiple sort of cinema that goes in India because their cinemas are taken on different languages, and there is different forms of storytelling that goes in Indian cinema. The storylines deal with the local roots and cultures. It is very diverse. So henceforth, it is known in that way. However, I believe, sir, when Indian cinema is being portrayed on a global scale, it should be referred to as Indian cinema, sir.
Okay. Hardik, you have published a research paper on China.
Yes, sir.
What is One China policy?
Sir, One China policy refers to the sovereignty of China over Taiwan. So, irrespective of the government there, it would be considered as the part of People's Republic of China.
Okay. India recognizes Taiwan.
Sir, we believe in the One China policy, sir. So we do not have formal diplomatic ties with China. However, sir, we have certain representative level dialogue with Taiwan and certain partnerships also in the semiconductor chips.
US recognizes China, this Taiwan or not? US.
Sir, US also believes in the One China policy.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Apart from banning apps, what India has done with regards to this China?
Sir, we have increased our defense modernization in the borders. We have run a Vibrant Villages program, sir. We have in recent times also had certain informal summits like the Wuhan summit and also the Mallapuram summit. We engage with China on grounds of climate change talks, wherein we share the same concerns of global south.
Okay. Hardik, my last part.
Yes, sir.
India, China, US, Russia. What future would be like? Just comment on it.
Sir, India is going to be aspiring power, sir. Our power is going to grow strength by strength. We are going to be looked forward as the leader of global south, and also our developmental power would be greater on a global stage in terms of climate leadership. China is going to be portrayed as a geo-economic powerhouse. Seeing its aggressive strategy, sir, I feel the checkbook diplomacy which China tries to play in the coming years would continue. However, there would be issues since the economy would tend to slow down as the trends are seen in recent times, and countries would also be wary of Chinese strategy. When it comes to Russia, sir, Russia will try to regain its glory. However, sir, we can also see that the future might be a US-Russia collaboration to contain China now. That can be a possible alliance, and India can be seen some sort of a mediator in this scenario.
Okay, if you can sum this all up in 1 or 2 lines.
Sir, US would try to maintain its hegemony, sir, like it has maintained over a period of time. So I am viewing the global politics in this way, that the US, Russia are going to align itself together, and US is going to use India as a swing state against China. So there would be efforts wherein US would continue to maintain its hegemony, and India would play a critical role, a mediating role in this period, sir.
Okay. Hardik, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
How many mocks have you taken?
2 mocks, sir.
How many do you intend to take?
As many as possible, sir. Probably 10 to 12. Since the dates are not out, sir, I feel every mock is a learning. So I think many mocks might.
Let me just red flag an issue.
Yes, sir.
The more mocks you take, the more confused you get.
Right, sir.
That is the downside of mocks.
Right, sir.
So I would suggest that, take 2 or 3 mocks, think about the one which suited you best, get into preparation mode. We'll give you some practical tips on how to go forward. And then closer to the time when your dates are announced, then again to that same center, do 1 or 2 mocks, because they will be able to assess whether what kind of progress has been made, and because they'll have that benchmark that you were here earlier. So then too many mocks, counterproductive, law of diminishing returns.
Right, sir.
So Hardik, you are a very good candidate. You have a very good presence. You are articulate. I would suggest that you dial down the volume of your voice. In fact, every candidate we have been telling dial up, but yours is the other way around. Your voice is perhaps too loud. The volume is too high. So consciously you should try to just give it at a level which is comfortable to everybody.
Right, sir.
So see, let me first come to the concept, the objective of this exercise. It is not to test your knowledge. A lot of candidates feel that it's a question answer session. You are asked 10 questions, you answer 8 correctly, so you'll get 80%. Doesn't work like that.
Right.
Because what is happening is that each question is a key to unlock a facet of your personality, and they are looking at officer-like qualities. What are those qualities? First is integrity, so don't guess. Guessing is actually a losing sum game. If you get it right, it is attributed to luck. If you get it wrong, then your personality trait is one who takes chances, which is again not something which is a good trait for a civil servant. You will be wearing black shoes, right?
Right, sir.
And you will be wearing socks which match the color of your suit.
Yes, sir.
Right? I would prefer if you were clean shaven. You could retain your mustaches.
Yes, sir.
And your hair should be neatly combed. We want an officer coming in.
Right, sir.
Okay. Now, coming to your preparation, how you should take that forward. Take about 100 to 120 of these A4 size sheets. The questions are likely to come from 3 or 4 main sources. They come from your DAF, current events, subject and job if any. Now think of the possible questions and build up a question bank. Then for each topic do a deep dive till you are comfortable, completely aware of all its ramifications, and then put it down in bullet points. So once you've got that, then practice before a mirror or ask a friend to do a videogram. So that way when you come in, you see, confidence builds on this propensity to answer a question properly. You need to also be very clear when you make those bullet points, then do it according to priority. Let me illustrate. Achha, when you came in, you greeted all of us and then you went straight to the chair and sat down.
Yes, sir.
Not done. Don't be in haste. Come in, greet the chairman and then nod at the others. You don't have to say good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon or whatever, good morning, whatever. Just say, look at the chairman, greet him and then nod at the others.
Right, sir.
Now, the very first question.
Sir, I have a small doubt here, sir. Once I come in, sir, should I ask the chair whether to sit?
No, you just stand, await instructions.
Right, sir.
That's the idea.
Right, sir.
And now, I asked you about your motivation to join the civil service. So you came up with parental guidance, diversity and job security, right? And then I think finally you talked about the impact on people, etc.
Yes, sir.
It should be the other way around. In fact, what is in focus here is that this is a career option which gives you the maximum opportunities to contribute to India's growth story. How? Because initially you will be interacting with the common citizen, listening to his problems, and you are given a platform to resolve those. And as you go up in seniority, you are able to contribute to the formulation of public policy. I mean, no other career option gives you this kind of diverse. Now you can talk about the diverse opportunities. But diversity in the beginning, if you talk about every job is diverse in its own way. So, and it's personal to you. It doesn't give that broad picture that you are gunning for the service, you are passionate for the service.
Right, sir.
Right? Because it gives you an opportunity to serve. That should be the focus.
Right, sir.
Now, I'll just give you an example of how your response would have been if you had done the bullet points. The matchup was between Garry Kasparov and Deep Blue, an IBM computer. The first matchup took place in 1996. Kasparov won 4-2. But this was the first time that a computer was beating the world champion. That was a world record. The second matchup took place in 1997. Deep Blue beat Kasparov 3.5 to 2.5 games. The first time that a computer, it's a world record, it was a world record, the first time that a computer beat a world champion in a total match, in a match sequence involving 6 games. End of story. You have nailed it. After that, there will be any follow-up question will be there. You've again done the background study and you'll be able to respond accordingly. But you know, these things kind of come out from your DAF, etc. They jump off the page. So, you know, you should be in a position. Achha, if you get some questions which are tough, then don't let it impact your self-confidence. Just go on. For instance, I asked you about those quiz questions.
Yes, sir.
You didn't know? Fine. You're not expected to know everything.
Yes, sir.
So, just go on. By the way, the answer is Steffi Graf. And a golden slam is one in which you win all 4 slams plus the Olympic gold.
That was Steffi Graf.
Steffi Graf.
And table tennis one, sir? Table tennis?
Fred Perry.
Fred Perry.
But I don't expect you to know. I was
Yeah.
just checking to see whether you'd get rattled or frazzled, and you didn't, which was very good.
Right, sir.
So all the best, clean shaven,
Yes, sir.
marching in with full confidence.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna nail this interview.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to ace it.
Yes, sir.
Best
Thank
of
you
luck.
very much, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Very good.
Wish you all the best.
All the best.
All the best.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.